Hello, we're going to go over installing Glock night sights, and these are specifically the Trijicon HD night sights with the orange front. These are new in the package, and what they're going to do is be installed on the Glock 26 firearm. What I've already done on the 26 is I've taken the front sights off and the rear sight, and so we're going to show you how to install these sights and go over the difference from the old night sights. First thing there, we took the gun apart, of course unloaded, no ammunition available. We're going to go over the packaging here that we have for the night sights. Open that up. And here they are in our package. Got our rear sight and the front sight. Look, this is the orange. You see the bright fluorescent paint. Now, some tools that you're going to need for putting this together, which will make this install job a lot easier. Some people end up putting the rear sight in with a punch and a little hammer, but if you have one of these, the MGW rear sight pusher tool for Glock, this makes that install job a whole lot easier for you. So these are really a good piece of investment, a good piece of kit, especially if you work on Glocks a lot. So I'll show you how that works, put this together. Other thing you may want to have available is going to be a front sight hex tool. So what we do with this is we can end up screwing in or unscrewing the front sight with this, and these are really definitely a great tool to have available for you as well. Little alcohol prep pad so you can clean the sight channels and get any kind of debris and dirt and grime out of there that you may have. So a little alcohol prep pad, and what I like to do on the front side is I'll actually apply just a little bit of Loctite, just as the blue Loctite. So alright, let's get started. First thing, we're going to go open up our alcohol prep pad and just wipe down in here, wipe our channels, get any debris and grime out of that. Some people use the alcohol with a cotton swab, that's fine too. There we go. And then also do the rear channel. Wipe that out. There you go. Okay, now we just set it and let it dry for a second. There we are. Okay. First thing I'm going to do, since this is the quickest and easiest, we're going to go ahead and install our front sight. Get that on. What's nice about this is actually they have it, and I'll show you here, they can fit this exactly into the channel. So the way this is set up, if you can see, it's hard to see, but it'll fit exactly in the channel and hold, so there'll be no movement once you have it installed. So here we go, just simply places into the channel. What I'll do, flip the sight around. Now at this point, what we're going to have it do is take your little hex screw, put it in your wrench, and it'll just hold it in place. I'll go ahead and take my blue Loctite at this point and just put a little drop of Loctite on there. So with any recoil, there's going to be no movement. A little bit of Loctite. That's good. There we go. A little more. Then I just let that sit for a second. Okay. So while that sits here for me, I'll just let it wait. What we're going to do is go set up our slide now and lock it into our tool. Now we just go ahead and screw this down, and there have been reviews done on how these tools work. They're pretty simple. What you want to make sure though is that these are oiled up before you use them. So you just wind them out. Okay. take my rear sight. Now keep in mind too, when you're installing these, making sure we're putting them in from the correct side. Okay, that looks good. What we're going to do is flip this around here real quick. This will be the front, so it's going to be right up against our tool. Okay, here we go. Had to flip it around. Make sure you're setting it up, because what we're going to do is now push this tool in from, set it up all the way to as far as we can go over to the right, and we're going to push the sight in the rear. Now lock the slide down, such, holds it in place. And now what I'm going to do is start screwing this to get it and start turning. Now it's going to catch up against that rear sight, and then with just pressure, and it's going to take some force, and you can just start screwing this rear sight, slides it right onto your sight channel. What's nice about this tool then is you can align the sight and make sure it sits properly to where you need it to be. Definitely takes some strength to get it on there. Make sure we set the sight up and align it about as center as you can get it. You're going to have to eyeball it a little bit. About there, just a little bit. It's a little too far. One turn back. A little more. Okay, that looks good. All right, and that's the rear sight. Okay, there we are. As you can see, the rear sight is on, and it's solid. And it's a bigger sight than the regular Trijicon sights. All right, so now it's time. Our Loctite is drying. Back to the front sight. Pretty simple here. Drop it in, and what you want to do is make sure you hold it in place. Take my little tool, make sure you can see it, and there you are in the hole. It just screws right on down. Now be careful here not to over tighten it, just a good firm tightness on there, and that'll hold in. And give typically the Loctite about a good day to dry, and that sight is not going anywhere. It's not going to fall off on you, which I've never had a problem with that before. And there you go. That's the front sight. That's the HD Trijicon sights, and that's in orange. I have the same set also on my Glock 17 that actually has the yellow, and I wanted to try the orange one for the Glock 26, and this definitely stands out quite a bit. So now we'll just put our gun back together, barrel in, spring in, slide on, and there you go. That's Trijicon sight install. Thanks for watching.